Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And here we go from Indy. Return starts from the goal line. He stopped on the return at the 27. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Colts. Big shot to begin the drive, has him up beyond the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, set.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. From the 44 here on 2nd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
Pierce coming in motion left. Richardson on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so they're left with 4th down here. The Colts are ready for the punt.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. On the move, headed. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. That's incomplete left side. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Lamar now from the gun. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Blown back gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Complete beyond the marker. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. It keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Colts will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. It's caught. This is Gabe Davis. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Option give to Taylor. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
79 Broncos.
3rd and long for him here. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down. That just stings. You got to be automatic from that distance. That is going to be a tough one for that sideline to absorb.
First down. Here's Lamar. Has him on the quick hitter. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
On first down, Jackson. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Has a hole left, room to run. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We've got to see what this flag is all about. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. Lamar off the play fake. That one's cut along the left sideline. They got 24 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
DC, ready? DC.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
All right, still scoreless through one quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get the game's first points here in the second. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Forced out to his... Oh, he lost the football. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 28 out of that play. And it'll be first down, Colts.
At the 60.
Richardson back to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Almost the completion of the wrong team there. And now they face 2nd down. Motioning the tight end now. 2nd down carry for Taylor. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Shotgun handoff to Pierce. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Let's go.
Play action with Richardson. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Come on. Set, check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready?
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go.
Taylor again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis! The Colts can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Play action now with Jackson. Caught by Flowers. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Now Jackson off the play action. He throws a bullet deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
This defensive battle has reached the 2-minute warning. The Ravens hoping to take a lead going into the break. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. They'll hand it to him again. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Only a yard on the gain there, and now it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 4.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd.
Touchdown, Baltimore! He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying the time for that play that led to the score.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Hut, go. Ready.
Now Richardson to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing now, Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. He has it at the 13. Escapes a defender. And nothing to complain about on this return as he gets it beyond the 30. Very good return as he picks up 20. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
He's back to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Here's a give up the middle. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Play fake, Jackson. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3. They go play fake with Jackson. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to flow toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Set, ready.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky. Stay tight and force the throw away.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Chap 60, chap 60. Hut, hut.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Richardson. He's on the move. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Colts.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
He's throwing deep to the... And almost someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Jackson. Buys time, rolling right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's second down. Jackson, quick pass wide. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Lamar now from the gun. Connects with the open man downfield. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Chased out to his right. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens continue piling on to this lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Off the play fake. Here's Richardson. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Carter. And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Justin Tucker as a kickoff for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He can run it. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
2nd and 4. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
That's good for a Colts.
First down throw here from Richardson. Oh no, they get him yet again. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, just when you think things can't get any worse, Brock, I am not sure what you call it, because I don't think I've ever called it 4 straight drives ending in an interception.
Oh, as a former QB, Kate, I know exactly what to call this. A nightmare! 4 pick games are a rarity, and you never see it happen on consecutive drives. And at this point, listen, hey, offense coordinator, play caller, run the ball. And I mean run the ball.
Finds him over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Handoff on 2nd and short. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Thought he had a touchdown there. So 2nd down coming up. Handoff to the back. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by Julian Blackman. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw. Just the right touch. And you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Colts have it to start the 4th, but given that score, they're going to need points every time out from here on. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Go!
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Buffalo 80.
That's good for the Colts. First down.
Buffalo 18.
First and 10 at the 47.
On first down, it's Richardson. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. So it'll be 2nd down.
Come 19.
They'll throw again. Richardson trying for the deep ball. He drops it. Oh, a huge gain in hand, but he couldn't finish the catch. That one intended for Adonai Mitchell. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 70, 18 Pioneer. Ready.
They are throwing it again. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 2.
65 Jack, 65 Jack.
Play action with Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You know, Kate, that wasn't a scheme issue. They knew it was coming. You could tell because they kept the running back in. But that linebacker was not going to be denied. He single-handedly destroyed that play.
4th and forever coming up.
Hawk 70. Let's go now.
Trying to throw for it with Richardson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Ravens will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. He
does it! Touchdown, Baltimore! The Ravens throwing 6 more on the blowout. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens grow their lead yet again. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Working quickly here.
10 yards on the pickup.
From the 29. Escapes out to the left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
From the gun, Taylor. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 38. Finds him on the crossing route. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Back to throw, here's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's now second and 19 at the 44-yard line.
70 Lions. Here we go.
Another try following the sack. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Trying to force one through there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Let's go. Dragon 60. Check go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Davis there to grab it. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on 3rd downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
Desperation time here on 4th. Escapes the pocket. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Cowboy 80. 19 Lions. Here we go.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Hits him on the in route. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Richardson. And his pass is going to fall incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Okay, ready.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Panther 60. Let's go now.
To throw, Richardson. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And their start to the season not cooling off by any means as they move to 4-0 on the year. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Indy.